Welcome back to ReEntery and Orbital Simulator, everybody. In today's video, we are going to be doing landing and a little bit of an EVA. And if you don't know what EVA means, extravehicular activity. So we're taking a spacewalk, and we're going to see if we can perform a lunar ascent. Docking is going to be the hardest part, but we will try. And I have several tutorials, and then coming up soon I'm going to be posting a full lunar mission each for 8 days, so I gotta record that during a break. Alright, let's go. So I need to do powered descent and lunar landing. Let's do that. Alright, so I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, so technically, here's our command module. We're in orbit around the moon. Switching to lunar module, we are in orientation where we were gonna land on the moon. Alright, so I'm gonna do quick adjustments. I need to do quick, so I'm gonna reorient our alignment, and I'm gonna request our descent time. So I'm just gonna speed run the checklist real quick. Start program 63. So yeah, right around 25 minutes. So register 2 is counting down our time. What was the... oh yeah, enter now 33. And then key release so they can monitor the time again. So yeah, we're just moving to a position. We're just moving to a position so we can land on the moon safely without any issues. And we'll perform experiments once we get there, and we'll need to switch off our thrusters, otherwise they'll continue to keep us level. So let's time lapse to about 8 minutes before ignition. Right about there is perfect. So I'm gonna set up the event timer counting down. So I need to count minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the event timer is 6 minutes. I need to switch to center panel so you can see both. You can see the time just a little bit. Okay, so we need to go about 46 minutes. And so we got about 46 minutes and 10 seconds. And then we can click the start switch up. 3. Alright, it's counting down. Pro. Alright, so now we're about 6 minutes away. It's going to reorient. See? Yeah, you can see it's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. It's going to align our platform again, and we should be facing the Earth. So yeah, it's shifting around quite a bit. So here's our irregular landing radar. So yeah, we're about over 60,000 feet above the surface, but we're slowly going down. I'm gonna switch to pings, because we're gonna need to align our IMU once we get there. Yes, we're about 5 minutes away. I'm going to stop and then start it again. So yeah, we're about the same time. Time lapse to about 2 minutes before the burn. What was the time again? 52 minutes, okay. So I need to go to about 50 minutes, and then we can master arm to on. So about there is perfect. Switch to left hand station, and master arm is right here. Okay. So now we're going to time it to about 52 seconds. So there we go. About 52 seconds away from ignition. Let's make sure our engine is on arm to descent, which it is. Oh, we don't want it to arm the ascent, because we won't need the ascent engine until we won't need the ascent engine until we blast off from the surface of the moon. So we gotta watch the time, and once it reaches 5 seconds, it's waiting for us to accept. And then once it reaches 0, we can hit the pro key, and we will enlight the descent engine. 2, 1. Alright, it clicked. So I gotta check on a couple things. Once we have our command, once we hear that full ignition sequence, I'm gonna turn my volume down rocker just a little bit. We don't want it blaring. Oh, we also need to start monitoring our fuel, which is right here. Alright, so there's our full ignition. Just gotta turn the cover on and master arm 2 off. So we need to keep an eye on the computer. Once it reaches 40,000 feet, once it reaches 40,000 feet, we'll need to switch to landing radar. That can be done by verb 57 on the flight computer. darkness because if I go to external view, yeah, you can't see the surface at all. If the surface is right there where my mouse is, but that doesn't really matter at this point. And we still have our thrusters on, so we can maneuver the craft. Well, we don't want to maneuver too much because so here's our line, and this is where we're going, and we want it to get pretty darn close to our landing site. I'm actually going to open up the map view so we can take a look at our landing site. So here's our, we want it pretty close. So about like there. So it's going to maneuver a little bit. And once it reaches about 10,000 feet, P-64 will start and when once we turn to P-64, I'm gonna go Urban 77. Let's check our propellant quantity. 46%. So that's how much fuel we have left to get into the circuit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have pitch a little bit. Yeah, we're about 8.5 minutes into the burn. So our event timer is telling us how much time we have burned since the start. So if you remember from earlier in the video, we set that up. So yeah, I'm gonna do a radio check. 5x5, that's good. So we're about 4,000 feet, and I'm going to switch to left-hand station. Oh, that's just the fingerprints on my PC. I was like, we're going at a weird incline on the moon. Are we? Oh yeah, we are, because I see the lines inside my fingerprints on the PC. Oh yeah, there's a sun glitch too. I don't know, I don't get the sun glitch. It's so weird. But that's okay. We just have to wait for P-66, and I'll show you where we gotta go. But I need to configure a few things first. Almost there. Just still have about 500 feet left. but it's fixing that. Just almost there. Almost there. Come on. Almost there. There we go. There we go. Now we can see the surface. So we gotta get right there by those two craters. So I'm going to, let's see where we're going first. Let's increase our altitude, and we need to press sideways and thrust back. Let's actually go back a little bit. But let's actually land right in this area, right here. That's a pretty good spot. That's a pretty decent area to land, and we're right by craters, boulders, some mountains. Kind of weird how there's mountains on the moon. Alright, so I'm going to reverse it. Come on. Alright, so we're gonna thrust as much as we can down. So I'm using a lot of RCS fuel. So we're increasing our descent rate a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna investigate those two craters, and maybe we can investigate some boulders too. Yeah, we're almost there. We're gonna land at a really big rate, but that's okay. We're gonna adjust to a smooth touchdown. Touchdown. Care about 200 feet. Okay, I'm gonna shut off the descent engine now. There we go. Alright, so we had a bit of a rough touchdown, but that's okay. I can start it and stop it. It's so funny. But let's stop it because we don't need it anymore. And I'm going to... So I'm going to hit Pro, and then hit... Or maybe I can do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to run program 0. Because there's nothing we need to do to run it. But yeah. What's important is that our discovery adventure doesn't stop here. Please join me in part 2 in the next video. See you soon.